YouTube? How the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. This is the third place match for the Gladiator Gauntlet. Unfortunately, we lost to Mad. It was a really close one. It definitely stings a little bit, but we got some things to go through, at least for this specific match. It looks like we went ahead and pretty much did all of our attacks, and they eventually gave up, which kind of sucks because, I mean, just do the rest of your attacks, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. So this is going to be a esoteric team, which we go ahead and basically just do the archer strategy with the Chaos Shaman. So if you haven't seen this, actually, no, you should see this by this point because I've posted another video that includes this. But basically, the whole purpose of this strategy is actually to just go ahead and melt the Cyrus based off the on-hit effect that is combined between the Chaos Shaman and then also the actual archers themselves. So what we do is we go ahead and we insta-drop our legendary flyers here. Now the whole purpose of this is really just to start going ahead and getting Cyrus skeletons relatively low. And that's the main point, right? We just want to go ahead and trigger the Boreas as well. That's a huge thing that we want to just kind of get off our back, especially as we go and stack up the remainder of the units that we're going to use, which is going to be those Chaos Shamans and those Archers. So what we're seeing here is, right, the legendary flyers are going ahead and kind of chunking out the skeletons, and then they should survive long enough, ideally, to go ahead and trigger the Boreas. At this point, we've gone ahead and dropped the double Chaos Shaman. There's the ult. And then we're going to drop double archers right about now. Bam. So based on this timing, the Chaos Shaman and the archers should kind of start connecting around this point here. Bam. There's the buff. And then they're going to start connecting right around here as well, where the Chaos Shaman is going to go buff them. And they should go ahead and essentially one-shot the Cyrus. Because watch this, right? On hit effect, on hit effect, on hit effect. Good night. There we go. And then from here, they're going to go ahead and basically do the same thing with the Ymrit. Burn him. And then the Chaos Shaman are going to kind of clean up here. They just go ahead and clean up house, which is awesome. From here, we just win. Right? They basically deal everything that we need them to do. And it gives us a guaranteed win. We have them all here just for good measure in case we needed to, but it really didn't even come down to it. The Chaos Shaman and the... So really quick, right? Small One is still going ahead and offering their discount on those W Gold purchases. You're still getting those diamonds, those stamina potions, and the divines, and at the higher end, you're getting some additional W Gold. So just be on the lookout for that. Also, if you are interested and you want to go and start stacking up for anniversary or any upcoming banners that you might be looking forward to, right? They have some new packs here where you do go ahead and get some rare stamina. Not rare stamina. You get some rare summoning crystals. You get another rare summoning crystal pack. You have a ancient summoning crystal pack, which is like a really good mix between the Leia and the Ovar pack. So that's one thing to be on the lookout for. They also have a, where is it? A recasting hammer bundle, which is pretty good, especially if you're thinking, oh, I want to go ahead and roll this quad roll. It's there, right? They have an infernal faction pack, so you have the ability to get a infernal units, and they also have a nightmare faction pack as well, which is also super good, especially kind of considering where we are nowadays with those two factions, having some really good members. And then we have another ancient summoning crystal pack, which is a little bit lower price in case you just want to get a couple, but not too many. Anyways, if you're thinking about it, link is in the description. See ya. Archers basically soloed the entire team, which is kind of nice. Makes it really easy to just make a video about it when they just, you know, solo everything for you. And then the next team that we went ahead against is actually, what is this? A Nightmare team. Now this is a little bit on the higher BP side. Ajax is absolutely cracked. But we go ahead and we insta-drop Garnet Guards at a cost. And what we're looking for is for these two Garnet Guards to go ahead and connect on the Ajax just before he goes ahead and ults and knock him out. So right about here, they're going to swap over. Hit, good night. Ajax is down, which is awesome because that is one of the anti-air threats that we were really concerned about. And then the next step is to go ahead and drop a flyer. And then we're going to drop a second flyer once we get to the 5 costs. Now the whole purpose of this is because these flyers are just going to kind of start hitting the Torador, and they're not going to go past too much here. They're going to be relatively in the same area because they're just going to constantly connect. The big thing here is it all depends on how much damage Hotset does, and we do drop a healer here just for good measure to make sure that our Flores don't die. But this Flare is honestly doing a really good job. He basically solos it himself, and he's going to go ahead and zap Hotset right about here, and then he should knock her out now. And there we go. From there, there is no more anti-air threats. This is a very simple win. This Flare is going through here. We have another set of Flyers that are also flying through, and that's how we go ahead and guarantee the win. It really just comes down to a check as to how much HP does the Ajax have, and because we're able to just insta-drop the Garnagars and get close enough, that's what guarantees us the win. Otherwise, we could have done the same thing, but it would have been a little bit tricky just depending on how much damage the Ajax does to our Flyers, but better to go safe than sorry and just take out the Ajax and go from there, right? So that's what we go ahead and do. The next one is actually another Ajax Wukong Torador team. So this is a Nightmare team. Desomi is here, so one of the things is Desomi is going to go ahead and get that inspiration, and we go ahead and insta-drop the Frost Fool and then the normal Fool. We're basically just setting up a shield dance strategy in this particular map here. So what we do is we just start stacking it up, building it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get to 10 costs and pretty much do the same thing at this connection point. After this, we go ahead and we drop a healer once we get to 10 costs, because our real goal is to just start pushing through the map here. And once we get to this little junction, give the heals and we should be good. Because what happens is the healer is going to push through here. He's going to start taking the shields, and his job is to go ahead and bait out all the ultimates. Once we have the Necro spawned up, they're also going to connect here with the healer and basically have infinite sustain, right? Because this healer is still doing just fine. He's not under the threat of any death right now. And we've already started to stack up the units across the map, which will give us some clearance here to drop a set of dogs right about now once we get to 9 cost. And then we have the second set right about now as well. And the whole reason why we do this is really just to go ahead and force Hotset ult on the first set right about now. She should ult. And then the second set should be able to kind of push through here. One of our main concerns is really just Ajax ult. But we get a little bit close here, but our units are starting to push through. And then these Necros are actually right about to spawn up now. There we go. And they also get some weird pathing here, juggle through, and this skeleton kind of seals the deal for us and just walks through. And that's how we go ahead and win. One of the coolest things is just watching Necros do like really weird pathings and get you wins, right? So those skeletons spawned behind because they couldn't spawn on the wall, which would have been a potential spawn point for them. And so it juggles them back and then makes them go forward. So that's just how it really just works, right? Necros tend to do that, especially whenever they're spawning against walls. They'll kind of just ping pong between the two walls. And then this is a Ingrid team with Praetus, obviously. We basically do the exact same strategy. We just go ahead and build up a really simple swarm here. Now we just stack up the fools, wait for the cost, drop the other set of fools, and the whole purpose, right, as to why we drop the healer is just to start baiting out some ultimates and give our Necros some sustain whenever they do go ahead and connect. And with that, let's kind of speed this up continuously. Healer right about now. Healer is going to start getting the shields. And he is going to be the main unit that pushes through here. Healer is going to bait the ults. And then here's the Necros skeletons. And we're looking great. We have 2 healers just giving sustain. And we have the ability to just drop the dogs and just push through. Very simple. See ya. And honestly, that's just how we got to the top 3. It's really unlucky that we lost to Mad. Super unlucky. But what can you do, right? We got close. See ya.